Ever feel like your brain is working against you? Like you're stuck in a loop of worry, regret, or just plain confusion? Well, you're not alone, and it's not your fault. The truth is, your brain isn't designed to show you reality. It's designed to show you a shortcut, a version of reality that helps you survive. These shortcuts are called cognitive biases. They're ancient mental software that helped our ancestors dodge predators. But today, they can make modern life a real mess. In this video, we're going to pull back the curtain and expose 5 of the most powerful biases that secretly run your life. Understanding them is the first step to taking back control. First up is the negativity bias. Think about your day so far. You might have had 10 good things happen, but if one bad thing happened, maybe a rude comment or a frustrating email, what does your brain latch onto? That one negative thing. This bias makes your brain act like Velcro for bad experiences and Teflon for good ones. One critical remark can completely overshadow 100 compliments. Why? Evolutionarily, it was far more important to remember the one time you saw a tiger by the river than the 100 times you didn't. This kept you alert and alive. But in today's world, it just keeps you anxious and focused on what's wrong, preventing you from enjoying what's right. It's a survival mechanism that's out of date, turning your mind into a constant threat detection machine instead of a source of peace. Next, let's talk about the availability bias. This is your brain's tendency to believe that things that are easy to recall are more important or more common than they actually are. Where do we get our easily recalled information today? The news and social media. These platforms are masters at blasting us with dramatic, sensational, and often terrifying stories. We see endless reports of plane crashes, shark attacks, or lottery winners. As a result, your brain starts to think these rare events are common. You might become afraid of flying, even though driving to the airport is statistically far more dangerous. You might think your chances of winning the lottery are decent when they're almost zero. Your brain doesn't do a statistical analysis. It takes a mental shortcut based on what it just saw. This distorts your perception of risk and reality, making you worry about the wrong things while ignoring more common, mundane dangers. The third hidden bias is loss aversion. Here is a simple way to understand it. The pain of losing $100 feels way more intense than the pleasure of finding $100. Psychologists have found that losses feel about twice as powerful as equivalent gains. Your brain is wired to avoid loss at all costs. This makes perfect sense for survival. Losing your food supply was a death sentence for our ancestors. But today, this bias keeps you stuck. It's why you stay in a job you dislike, because the thought of losing a steady paycheck is terrifying, even if a new opportunity could bring more happiness and success. It's why you hold on to losing stocks, hoping they'll bounce back, because selling means admitting the loss. Loss aversion makes you prioritize avoiding risk over pursuing growth. It makes change feel scary, even when that change is exactly what you need to move forward. Your brain screams danger when you try to step outside your comfort zone, not because it's actually dangerous, but because it's different. Now for a big one, confirmation bias. This is your brain's desire to be right all the time. Once you have a belief, your brain actively seeks out information that confirms it and conveniently ignores, dismisses, or forgets any evidence that contradicts it. If you believe a certain political party is bad, you'll only notice news stories that show them in a negative light. If you think your boss has it out for you, you'll interpret every neutral action they take as proof of their secret plan. This bias is like putting on a pair of glasses that only lets you see what you already expect to see. It creates an echo chamber inside your own head, strengthening your beliefs until they feel like undeniable facts, even if they started as a simple opinion or a misunderstanding. It's one of the main reasons why it's so hard to change our minds, and why arguments with others often go nowhere. We're not looking for the truth. We're looking for validation. The fifth and final bias we'll cover is the hindsight bias, also known as the I knew it all along effect. After an event happens, your brain has a sneaky habit of rewriting history to make the outcome seem predictable and obvious. Think about a surprise ending in a movie. The first time you see it, you're shocked, but when you rewatch it, you see all the clues you missed, and you think, of course, it was so obvious. Your brain does the same thing with your life. After a project fails, you might tell yourself, I knew this was a bad idea from the start. After a relationship ends, you think, I should have seen the red flags. This bias isn't harmless. It creates a huge amount of unnecessary regret and self-blame. It makes you overly critical of your past decisions, forgetting that at the time, you were working with incomplete information. It tricks you into believing you should have known better, when in reality the outcome was anything but certain. So, what does all this mean? Are we just puppets controlled by our faulty brains? Not at all. It's crucial to understand that these biases aren't flaws. They are features of a brain that evolved for a very different world. Your brain isn't optimized for happiness, peace, or objective truth. It's optimized for one thing: survival in a dangerous environment. It was built for a world of immediate physical threats, not for navigating the complexities of social media, the global economy, or long-term life planning. The problem isn't that your brain has biases. The problem is that we're unaware of them. But awareness changes the game completely. Awareness gives you the power to choose your response. Here's the actionable insight. The one thing you can start doing today. It's simple. Pause. When you feel a strong emotion, anger, fear, anxiety, don't just react. Pause and ask yourself a question. Is this thought a fact, or is it just my brain running an old program? Is that fear of failure really about a genuine threat, or is it just loss aversion talking? Is that certainty that you're right really based on all the evidence, or is it just confirmation bias? Remember, your thoughts are not facts. They are suggestions from your survival-oriented brain. By creating a small gap between a thought and your reaction, you create a space for a different choice. You can see the bias for what it is, a mental shortcut, and decide not to take it. Understanding the hidden workings of your own mind is one of the most liberating things you can do. It's not about fighting your brain or trying to eliminate these biases. That's impossible. It's about recognizing them, smiling, and choosing a more conscious path. This awareness is the key to mental freedom. It's how you go from being tricked by your brain to working with it, creating a life that's not just about surviving, but about truly thriving. Thank you so much for watching. If this video helped you see your own mind a little more clearly, please hit that like button and subscribe for more insights into how your brain works. I'll see you in the next one.